wait a second, I thought FNCS has some region lock things in place. Packo and Mikson are truly committed this season, it seems like. 2 playing on NA from EU.
Well, it's actually interesting because Packo and Mikson actually moved to Dallas for this season to compete. So they are actually participants on Zero Ping for this major. And one of the main things that we saw boasting, at least from Mikson's side of view, on socials, caught wind that first day of opens. This team was actually in first place, but after that, it just seemed like things crumbled. I mean, granted, they still find themselves competing here in week number 1. So making it out of opens to be one of the 250 teams competing here today is definitely a strong feat for your first season on NA. And again, when you think about the commitment, the fact that they opted to move to Dallas to participate in the NA Major 2, I just think that alone, you've got to have a lot of confidence as a team to want to take your chances in a different region.
Yeah, and it's one way to, you know, make a great headline, make a statement too, if you can, you know, compete with the best cross regional. I mean, that is, you know, one of the greatest accolades you can ever accomplish as a professional player. I mean, it's one of the main reasons we always talk about Muzz, right? Like, look at Muzz constantly being celebrated. Just, well, not only did he, of course, win multiple FNCSs, but he decided to stick around for the NA region for the better levels of competition.
Also think about players like King and Phaser, for example, making the move from Brazil over to Europe. But again, drawing the attention back to the focal point of NA's week 1 here in Major 2. And the way that these lobbies have just seen so many players cycling through them. Duke and Noxie, another one of our newly formed duos that have certainly had a pretty big impact in this lobby so far. 4 eliminations so far. And now here, challenging Rift Island. You can tell they want to get aggressive. But at the same time, Duke, the fact that he's opting to take the Ascender down, full-on chasing out Akichi, does not want to let this possible 5th elimination escape.
He's getting right into the box, 18 HP, and at this point, I mean, you're fully committed, but he misses. He tries to whip his way through the wall there, but it was not going to be enough, unfortunately. Fully eliminated there to the hands of Cookie and Evan, and I mean, I'm sure they're probably celebrating. They're pretty happy about that one because they were getting hard keyed right there. And that's a frustrating situation to be in, right? When you're getting pushed and you're probably wondering yourself, like, yo, what do we do to you? Like, what is going on right now?
I think that was also the first circumstance that we've seen today of a player trying to utilize the chains of Hades. I mean, in the past, we've seen creators such as Resub pointing out some of the efficient ways that you can utilize the chains of Hades, but it's always been a little bit more of a prank in a sense. Dude must have really thought he was going to get the better end there, just like DeRoller and Crackley. They spotted out Rise as a solo, so you already know that the pressure is just not going to come to a stop anytime soon here. Crackley actually just tackling the same aggressive pacing here onto Rise. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets eliminated.
Yeah, Rise unfortunately bit off more than he can chew here. Crackley and D-Roller, 2 very experienced players, jump their way up to 4 eliminations. There is a duo just to the east though. Do have to be a little careful. This team positions north side of them now. Yeah, talking about, you know, unique weapons showing up today. I guess we've seen the Avatar Mythic Water Bending come out. And now, of course, the Chains of Hades. So very interesting how most players have decided, let's just play a little vanilla, right? Keep it simple.
Oh, we know where this is headed.
Oh.
Mikson's got the sniper out. Caught a player, Zircon. Think next on the next one. Yeah, that's what Zero Ping does after all. But Mikson, just absolutely devious work there. Caught the glint from Zircon's weapon and threw back one of his own, except his was actually a headshot. You gotta be quicker with the lineups if you're gonna go into that scope position. And Mikson with a crack. We're talking about bullet drop-off and how the sniper was supposedly nerfed, but not with the way that Mikson is working it this round. And that's definitely some really strong surge that he's already managed to build up here in this lobby.
Yeah, we were spot on, by the way, about this game really starting to thin out pretty quickly. Look,
Yes.
43 players alive. Now, Packo and Mikson are taking what seems to be a very serious approach to this, though. They're playing dead side rotate right now. They recognize that, hey, we can win a game here and get a couple eliminations in the process. So you can see they are definitely taking their time right now. I feel like I can appreciate this kind of pacing because it does also kind of remind me of the Clicks and Epic Will, you know, approach where, hey, let's take every game fully serious and you know, take this opportunity at FNCS that we have very much serious.
Also, when you consider when they're trying to represent EU over in the sides of NA,
Yep.
the constant regional battle, you've got to make sure that you're coming out strong here, or at least finishing strong on the day. That's
I
exactly
mean,
what
they
G1
came to NA because, you know, this is the better region. They had to, right? They want to get...
No comment. I will not be looped into this. Not today, MDF.
Just baiting you into drama.
Yeah, you gotta remember though, I technically started off with EU, so my allegiance knows no bounds at this point. I just respect the gameplay from everyone at this point. Both regions boasting strong duos of their own accord. And Reciprocal, G-Monster, they really want this elimination onto Pax. Reciprocal has been bearing down on the wall time and time again. Curious what Pax's materials count is at, but won't have to worry much longer as he will finally get knocked down. Rappy as well, just a little bit of HP to work with, and sure enough, that's gonna be another confirmed elimination here for Reciprocal and G-Monster. 6 to start this one off with.
Not bad here. It's going to jump them up to 150 points. They definitely need the points here. Otherwise, they're going to be middling in the pack, setting themselves up for the series points here. Convicted and Scolds back with them just for a little bit. One of the few teams outside of the safety of this new zone right now.
Men's just emoting in the background. I respect that from Scolds. You know, gotta keep it loose, gotta keep it fun.
Just living his best life.
Exactly. Vibes clearly high for this duo right now. It's Convicted. Looking to keep it going as well. If he's able to connect with a headshot or even just a decent body tag, it's a good amount of Surge. But Surge isn't really something that I think that this lobby's going to have to worry about when, again, you consider how quickly it's been thinning out.
Quick hop and a skip, and they're right in safe zone. From here on out, it'll start to simulate more like a stacked end game. So you have about 40 players that are going to be hitting these hard-moving zones here. Everyone's going to be setting up for that big decision here coming shortly. Meanwhile, Vanilla's Convict. Oof, the zone's going to go really far. You see most players are already on the move. G-Monster, Reciprocal want nothing to do with it. They're out.
They've already gotten the eliminations they were initially after, and Vanilla's and Convict, part of the reason why they were looking at third party is because even though they've got a decent amount of materials, what they don't have much of is a good supply of heals, at least not from what Vanilla's is rocking so far with their loadout. Only 2 bananas and 3 small shield potions. But a nice tag for Launcher's DMR. Could be an opportunity now. You can see Vanilla's instantly panned their route right towards Crackly. And you get a good butt shot like that, and now they've caught up to Reciprocal and G-Monster in the process. Whether intentional or not, they've got to worry about Mikson and Packo across the way, who is steadily applying pressure into the box fight taking place underneath Vanilla's and Convict.
DMR does a lot of damage as well if you get clipped by it. They pushing in? Oh yeah, they still have a ways to go to the new zone there. Mikson and Pack be the first ones to touch down. Vanilla's and Convict want to maintain the high ground here. They're going to start building off this little low ground. See right on top of them is Shark and EXC. Mikson and Packo distance themselves from the rest of the competition.
It's just a big advantage, though, for Mikson and Packo. They were the first ones, so now they can just look back, choose to spray down the teams that they saw trying to circulate in from behind them. But no, in fact, they're going to continue to keep positioning as the focal point here move a little bit closer, try to establish some height. It's not a bad spot to be in, but they definitely want to keep in mind some of those other duos trailing behind them. And again, Mikson already taking note of the team that's truly established ultimate high ground.
It's TK. I think he's built a huge metal 1x1 all the way 6 or 7 layers high here. But it's not going to be safe necessarily. He will have to build off of that. Yeah, there it is. Bacon and TK up top. See all the metal they put into the structure. This is a very, very solid base that they have right here. Solid foundation and more metal to continue to invest in here. Oh, TK missing plenty of tags. That should have been a free elimination for him. Uncharacteristic of him to miss this many tags. But
definitely looks like he's trying to make up for it. It's gotta be the worst feeling when you're spraying and it's just a cone after cone after cone.
You just don't get through it. GG. Let's get back with Mikson though. Okay, he's gonna eat the banana here to go ahead and give him all the HP that he needs, and they go straight for high ground. Look at this. Quick and easy now. The Flowberry Fizz, the extra HP, and now they have high ground with close to 400 metal in Mix's inventory. Reciprocal glances up, sees what's happening. Full boxes here down low. Somehow lost G Money in the process. There it is. Back to back now.
A lot of really low material counts though for a good amount of these players we've been spectating so far. Reciprocal, he literally has 0 builds to his name. It's gonna be forced to finding a refresh, and he needs it stat. Just breaking through these pre-existing boxes, breaking down these walls, hoping to try and catch somebody off guard, but instead it's gonna be G-Monster. Gets taken down first. Convicted though, pays the price here. And a little bit of materials now to work with for Reciprocal as he's gonna pick up the mats that G-Money will opt to drop. And again, Reciprocal trying to do what he can, working through the low ground layers. As a solo, though, he's just trying to see if he can catch anybody else off guard.
He's got to be careful, but he opens up the wall anyways. He wants to take the fight. Excellent job there onto Quased. Can he get the finish for the point? Shots are coming in everywhere. 7 HP. Goes for the heal instead. I don't know if I like that play. There it is. He recognizes danger. No builds either. Pickle catches him out and unfortunately could not get the Elim in the process. But Poppy Blast is on fire right now as well. He's on 4 Elims. He's got EXC damaged and pushed into the storm line. High ground free to rain tags from up above, but everyone else now thrown in the blender in the mix here. Just 7 duos up, so there's a lot of solos still here. Kind of in this combo.
Well, this is lining up to be a potential win here for Packo and Mikson. Be an excellent way to finish week number 1. Establish themselves some good placements to work their way up the leaderboard, potentially secure a little bit more series points as well. But Poppy Blast, he seems to kind of just be on a layer all his own. Everybody else either playing ultimate low or just up on the high ground there for Mikson and Packo. Banana gonna buy a little bit of time here for Poppy Blast, and it's gonna take use of the mobility. Just managing to squeeze out another elimination off the Thorfinn. And yeah, Poppy Blast has just been on fire, but will finally get shut down here. And sure enough, it's gonna be Mikson and Packo striking for their victory royale in the day.
Well played too, as we get right to the final minutes pretty much of the queue. Will they have time to queue again? We don't know, but 3 eliminations, big victory royale. We know that's worth tons of placement points, so either way, getting a win on the North American region, regardless of the stage, right? The qualifier is still a good feeling and a confidence boost. So take a look at how they do it. Mikson and Packo swing around, and the last elimination there goes right into their favor. That's going to surely jump them up a little bit, Taco.